You are looking at the oldest schoolhouse, I think it's the oldest wooden schoolhouse in the United States here in St. Augustine, Florida. So I'm going to give you a nice walkthrough of this, one of the many tourist attractions here in St. Augustine. It cost $5 to go in and give you a rather nice tour. So we're going to kind of do a nice walkthrough. Let's see. Beautiful grounds. This is the kitchen here. And there's the kitchen. Okay. There you see the bell there. Help ring the bell, help call the students to class. This is the kitchen. The kitchen was not used for a cafeteria as in our modern schools. The teachers who taught at the oldest school did their own cooking in this building. Students brought their own lunches. Southern kitchens were often built as separate buildings to spare the main house any excess heat. And should the kitchen catch on fire, the rest of the house would be safe. So there's your kitchen. Look at that. Quite interesting. Kind of reminds me a little bit of going and seeing Hale Farm up in Ohio, the area where I grew up. So there's the kitchen at the oldest schoolhouse. Okay. Now my lovely accompanying lady here is going to ring the bell. Okay, so go ring the bell. All right. There you go. Ring it. Okay. There you go. All right. Okay. Whoa. All right, so this is the actual schoolhouse, I think. Look at this. The heavy chain is to anchor the building down in times of strong winds. Okay, the teenager's creed is not enough to have a dream unless I'm willing to pursue it. It's not enough to know what's right unless I'm strong enough to do it. It's not enough to join the crowd to be acknowledged and accepted. I must be true to my ideals even if I'm excluded and rejected. It's not enough to learn the truth unless I also learn to live it. It's not enough to reach for love unless I care enough to give it. All right. So that's a quote that I see on the wall there. Let's just continue walking through.
Maybe we could just punch the button.
Ooh, push the button and count to 20.
We haven't been able to get it to work.
No? Okay.
There.
So this is what it would look like if you were going to school back then.
Mom, there's a thing upstairs.
Here's the schoolmaster. Yeah, got a fire going.
Like you see, like on the
Isn't that something? I don't know if I can see the name on that book there. Perhaps I can zoom in. There it is. All right. That would have been me up there, you know, with the dunce cap on for sure. Okay. Ooh, the dungeon. Look at this. There's the dungeon. I'm innocent. There you go. The dungeon. Unruly students were placed here for punishment. Please do not touch the unruly student. He bites. Okay. So I probably would have found myself there as well, I'm sure. Over here they have an artifact showcase. Look at this. 1680 to 1770. Isn't that something? Spanish olive jar. Well, camera's losing its focus there. So we'll continue on outside. The living quarters. We're blessed to share this historic treasure with you. We respect the integrity of one building and architecture. Living quarters are being shared through old photographs and reflective mirrors. Okay. And that is closed right now. So let's continue on outside
Why don't you guys stand there by the
to the grounds. Here's the wishing well.
Oh, it's working now? No, it's working.
Actually, a very nice tour. The Grove of Education of the Americas, St. Augustine, Florida. To include a statue of a famous educator selected by each of the countries of the Western Hemisphere. So this is the gentleman from Cuba, and you can see the flag there. Jose Marti.
It's a Cuban poet.
And continuing down, we have Ecuador, Panama. Rather, there's the gentleman from Panama, Octavio Mendez Pereira. And here is, who is this? Ecuador, I think. This might be Ecuador. And that's Jose Trinidad Reyes. Great American teacher and social leader, President of Venezuela. There you go. Okay. A lot of beautiful plants here. All right. So with that, we're gonna find our way out and see some of the other wonderful sights here in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida.